Hi, everybody. It's Book Shambi. Welcome to the show. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's Chinese Taipei going up against the Atlanta Braves. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. Today's starting pitcher, Grant Holmes. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, he's been giving up a lot of hard contact this season. I mean, coming in, guys are hitting comfortably in the high 200s. So many times there's some bad luck, but then also there's just a little miss here or a little miss there that changes the outcome of the at-bat. We'll see if he can be consistent and make adjustments quickly in this one.
Chen, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Man, first pitch of the day, and the zone's already tight.
And another ball. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That's in there. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Sung-Chae Cheng, the next to hit, takes outside. Holmes, in his third season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Feeling for the dugout, and it's caught. Take a look at the lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Kevin Parada.
Boog, he's really been showing off the pop in this series so far. 2 homers. And you know, he'd love to add on with another shot today. I'm interested to see how they approach him.
2 down, bases empty. And now Yu Chang. That's in for a strike at 95. It's 0-1.
Not sure if he was expected for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Got him swinging. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. And we're back. And today's starting pitcher, Brandon Sproat. And Singy, he's a workhorse. Loves pitching deep into his starts.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a grounder foul first base side. Oh, look at the stop. And very nicely done for the out. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Michael Harris II.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
One down, base is empty. Swung on, belted. That's back there. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Well, I didn't think he got it off the bat, but the wind made it a lot more interesting than expected. Nice job of the center fielder. Pushed it all the way back to the warning track. Man.
2 outs, base is empty. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And right back to the mound. The throw to first, and Acuna retired. Inning over. Braves are set down 1-2-3. Scoreless after 1. New inning getting started. Now it's going to be how you lead. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. Holmes back to work. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Yeah, he's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
The 1-1. And a foul ball. This to third. Riley. Over to first. 1 out in the second.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
Now it's the rookie first baseman. It's interesting. He plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Snags it for the second out.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Kevin Parada. Just 2 hits in the series. Both of them have been home runs. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Under it is Acuna to make the grab, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Austin Riley. Foul ball there.
Riley is one of those players that made his presence known in the majors right away. He hit a 438-foot home run off a Michael Walker fastball in his second at bat, which is probably the best way to make a first impression as a rookie, Boo.
Larry Bullard, our umpire behind the plate.
Boo, Bullard's got a pretty standard strike zone. Sometimes they'll have you guessing a little bit, but overall, well-respected umpire in the league.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
Matt Olson at the plate now. That's ball 1. Swing and a miss, and now it's even 1-1.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Liner, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video, because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish with just 1 hit in 11 at-bats in the series so far. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. Sproat winds and deals. There's a swing and a drive. Schwartz flying after this one. Dives. What a play. And wow, what a great diving catch, Singy. StatCast says that was a near perfect route, and it had to be.
That's just a big part of his game. I mean, this guy's instincts just seem to always put him in a position to make special plays, and right there, he's done it again.
So here's Murphy now. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. Murphy needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5%.
They take the force out. That's the third out. Inning over. Braves strand one. We'll move to the third with no score. Back at Truist Park, and now the right fielder, Sung. Ground ball, left side. Riley fires to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. And now the shortstop, Chang. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. He was late there, strike one.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
He's got it. 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And now the center fielder, Stuart Fairchild. That one misses, and that's ball one. Swing and a miss as he was late. Top of the third, no score. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Home half of the third coming up, no score. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Cut on and missed. Good change up right there. 0-1.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
He goes down looking.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Orlando Arcia stands in here, takes ball one low. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. 1 out, bases empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Next offering misses down and away.
This hitter's been seeing good velocity in the at-bat. It's kind of set up for that changeup. He hasn't seen it yet. Looks just like a fastball out of the hand.
2 outs, base is empty. Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side in the third. And the Braves go down quietly. And we're still knotted at 0. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Kelnick makes the grab, and there's one away. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Sung-Chae Cheng. Popped out and foul ground first time through. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Cheng measures 5 feet 8 inches, 24 years old. Usually a shortstop, but today he's starting at second base. Shortened a bunt and missed it. And it's 0-2.
Well, the one thing he'll find is that a lot of the time the play is to your back. You're moving to your right. You've got to throw back to first base. That's the difference between shortstop and second. You're usually moving into the play at shortstop. Second base, not so much.
Swings and misses. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Chang forced to get out of the way of the first pitch.
This is a rookie we've been paying close attention to this season. One of the top prospects in the game, and he looks like he belongs at this level. He's enjoying a good season at the plate.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Next one misses, and it's 3-0. Hao-Yu Lee waiting for a turn at the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And there's the automatic. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk, and that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Runner.
Here goes the runner. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Two outs. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's 1-0.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
So 2 down, and here's the first baseman. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. He's safe. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. Back here in Atlanta, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Jurickson Profar. Splits the plate, and that's strike one.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
That misses the zone, and that's ball one. In there at the knees for a strike. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Grounded out his first time up. And a swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Outside low, and the count 1-2. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Into the outfield, base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Here's Matt Olson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
And that one wrapped foul. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, and that is the third out of the inning. 1 left for Atlanta. They're down 1-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. That one ripped right center field. This one's got a chance. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. Around second now as they still don't have it. And he's into third base with a leadoff triple.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Sung now at the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Runner at third, nobody out. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
The 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there. And it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Now it's the shortstop, Chang. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a foul out of play. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss there. Parada takes his lead at third with 1 away. Next pitch way upstairs.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
In the air, right side. And Acuna able to make the grab. Runner tagging from third. The tag gets in, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Base runner decided to test him, and it was a bad decision. Outstanding throw on a frozen rope at home. That'll end the inning with a bang.
Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Line drive. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away. Here's Sean Murphy.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball. 1 strike.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count even 1-1.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Jared Kelenic. Went down on strikes his first time through. That clips a corner. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
That missed by a lot. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. Down in order go the Braves. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Top 6. And here is Stuart Fairchild. Holmes back to work. That one fouled off. The other way, makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Here's the left fielder, Chen, 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Pierce Johnson, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Soto warming up as well. Fouled off left side. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Up the middle. Oh, he gloves it. Throws from his knees. And he gets him. Nicely done. Singy, it was tough to tell in live action if the ball actually beat him, and it looks like they want some time to review it.
Yeah, we'll get another look up here too, and you know they called him out on the field, but it just might be worth the challenge, and they'll have to see clear evidence the other way to overturn this thing.
So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call. Here's one more look, Singy. You think they're going to overturn it? I kind of do.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance as well. I mean, the more I look at these different angles, the more I'm becoming convinced that he actually beat the throw. So it's turning out to be a pretty good challenge.
The decision's been made, and he's safe. So they overturn the call, and they get it right by taking a chance with a challenge. Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Grant Holmes is done. Good effort out of him, even though he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm on the bump after a quick break. Pierce Johnson will come in.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Here's the second baseman, Sung-Chae Cheng. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Man at second. Runner on the go again. Pitch outside. Throw. Save. That's a stolen base. Here's a 1-1. Can't glove it cleanly. Runner from third comes across, and they take a 2-run lead. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it. Yu Chang will hit next. He is struck out, and he is walked. First offering. Runner goes. Ball misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. Pickoff throw. Chang back on a dive. Chang with a homer in his last game. Johnson fires. Runner goes again. Pitch is high. Throw to third. Save.
Wow, that's a pretty elite throwing arm right there from the catcher spot. Pretty daring for him to try to steal third right there, but he gets the bag. Maybe the element of surprise was what came in because he's not used to guys running on him, and right there stealing third base probably caught him off guard a little bit.
Ripped on the ground to second. In the dirt. Nice pick.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
So up next, how you lead. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that is that. So 2 runs, 1 hit, an error, and no one left. To the bottom of the 6th inning. Chinese Taipei out front, 3-0. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Fouled off down the right side. Hit hard on the ground is short. Whips it across. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. So the batting order turns over. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. First pitch misses.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
And that one is lifted in the air. Fairchild settles underneath it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync. And the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Chen brings it in. And that is that. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Luke Weaver. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Luke Weaver.
Number 39 now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Oh, 0-2 now. And that one almost hit him.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Kelnick. And there's 1 down. So digging in, Kevin Parada. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. And that is out of play. Fights it off. He'll see another. One down, base is empty. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. Going, gone. That'll fire up the dugout. Home run number 10 on the year. It's 4-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
Now it's the right fielder, Sung.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Line drive, Arcia. Fires across the diamond, and there are 2 outs.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
So a man at first. Stuart Fairchild getting ready to hit, and takes low for ball 1. Now a move being made for a pinch hitter. Chen, the runner on first with 2 gone for him. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Two outs. Swing and a chopper out to short. They get the force, and that is the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Wayne Lynn.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And now the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. On the ground to third, but it kicks foul. Trying to get him to chase on the changeup that time.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Here is Austin Riley. Zabrowski, the lefty who lights up the radar gun. Only 20 years old, and he's a native of Taiwan. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Matt Olson digs in now. Out towards left center. Chen has this one sized up. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Gregory Soto.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Now the left fielder, Chen, 1 for 3. The pitch. And that is cut on and missed. 0-1.
Well, these guys, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing. Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him. Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat. Tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that one moves his feet.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
To the right side. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Lynn.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Chinese Taipei in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Fought off foul. Just missed.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one, that's the one. When she elevates, guys aren't touching it.
And that is downstairs. And the count's even at 2. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Everything came together for him. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, left fielder, Jared.
So up next, Jared Kellner, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one is back. In to score is the runner from third. It's 4-1. The relay, and he's out.
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. And he probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
Two down, bases empty. Here's Orlando Arcia. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Two down, bases empty, but one run across near the bottom half of the 8th inning. And there's a strike. Just misses with that one.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number 3. So it's 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. No one left. Through 8 full. The All-Stars out front here. 4-1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Joe Jimenez.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
So now the DH spot. How you lead. And a foul ball. Jimenez, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, and he works in a changeup. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Chris Sale up and throwing. Anderson also getting ready. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And now the first baseman, 0 for 3 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. Strike 2.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And they'll do it again. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. Foul ball left side, he'll see another. stays alive. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Now the catcher up to hit, Kevin Parada. He's already homered here in this one. Swinging a foul straight back. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. Throw on to Olsen, and that's the third out. Nothing across here this half. On now to the bottom of inning number 9. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Christian Scott.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Back to the top of the order, digging in, Michael Harris II. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Lyle Lynn, the new catcher now.
Number 27.
That one at triple digits. And there's a foul ball. .99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
This to third. Throws to first. And a couple of quick outs.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Acuna, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
The Braves trailing by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9. There's a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful, not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Slider for a strike. The Braves down to their final strike. Hit to right, and that should do it. That's the ball game.
9 wins in a row. It's such a good feeling right now with this club that no one wants to be the player that causes the team to lose. In fact, they're looking at ways, each player, every day they come to the ballpark, how can I help us win today? And this is a great feeling. It's like being in the playoffs when individual statistics don't matter. It's all about the team W.
4-1 the final here today. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show.